pain to do.
Oh, nah, it's gonna be easy.
Why?
Seriously.
Why is it going to be easy?
Well, because you already let me know that it's a held item held by Bisharp.
But that's not all.
Oh. I'm missing.
It's annoying. Exceedingly so.
Okay. The other part of it.
Do you want to know the other part?
Yes, I am asking for the other part.
Okay. So you have to fight 3 additional Bisharps while this item is on your Bisharp, but it can't be just 3 lone Bisharps. It has to be Bisharps surrounded by groups of their previous evolution. Upon defeating 3 Bisharps within their groups, you don't need to kill the group, just the individual Bisharp of the group. Then you will get your evolution.
Okay. Getting the King's Crest should not be particularly. Leader's Crest should not be particularly.
No, again, you can pick it up from one of those groups.
And they Bisharp spawns often in this area, so.
Yeah, but it's the group that's the issue. Took me like 3 hours to get all 3 because the groups on their own are very finicky, and they seem to mostly come around dawn and dusk. Like that Bisharp you're fighting
I know.
won't contribute.
I'm aware. I'm checking to see if he hits the item. Nope. Ow.
Yeah, the item is only going to be on one of the groups.
Are you sure about that?
90%.
Oh, no, you know what? I am actually seeing it. It does say the Leader's Crest. Oh! That's interesting. Okay, that's useful to know.
What?
The Leader's Crest is only found in groups. However, it is a 100% find rate. So as long as I find one that is in a group of Pawnyard, I will get it. Okay. Bisharp what?
I just gave Bisharp low kick.
That's what I'm looking at. I was actually just looking up to see exactly what it learns. Boxes. Relor, apparently. Drop is 100. Don't need Annette. Exact same rate. Why am I literally holding the Pokemon? It tells me what number it is right there. Okay, picnic time. Damn, I wish I had tofu. God, I wish you could search through this. Like, I'm just kind of browsing through all the sandwiches, looking for either encounter power dark level 2 or encounter power steel level 2. Okay, there we go. The only condiment is salt.
That's a pretty dark sandwich indeed.
Okay. Lettuce was surprisingly hard to pick up.
All these flavors and you chose to be salty. So one trick I find is when dropping the filling, put it slightly above where you think middle is, and it'll, because it falls forward slightly.
I have no problem with the fillings on.
Just wait until you start playing Leaning Tower of Pizza.
It's actually a good looking sandwich. I would not mind eating that sandwich.
Give me like half the carbs. Yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, with a little bit like flatter bread. Zach, thank you so much for resubscribing, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Hi, Zach.
Why is my character always squinting with one eye? I don't get it.
Because they're like, I don't know if I like this or I hate this. Or both.
The ultra avocado sandwich.
I made one of those when I was hunting Rotom. Well, it's... yeah.
Okay, off we go. Hey, look, here's one.
I have nothing else to farm in this version of Pokemon. So now all I'm doing is trying to manually spawn a shiny. Please kill me.
Go look up shiny spawn techniques, because there may be different rules.
I know, they're the same.
I mean, Zach, so at this point, I've beaten the entire game except for some post-game content, and all I'm doing is getting just Bisharp. It's the last evolution I have to do, and then I'm moving on to Scarlet, so there's not going to be any spoilers. And I really like it. I think, it's competing for the best Pokemon game that has come out. I do have some complaints.
There needs to be a skip button for cutscenes.
There needs to be a way to turn battle animations off, because for some reason they did not include that in this game.
There also needs to be a means to speed through text. But...
yeah, speed through text is a thing. I mean, fast text is good, but it still makes you wait for text to scroll into the bubble. There are a lot of glitches, and both visual and some gameplay, that are embarrassing in a AAA title. And then
Go ahead.
Does catching count as a defeat?
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna kill it. I'm
No,
gonna catch it.
No. Killing does not. Catching does not count.
Ah, it's annoying.
You need to actually beat the hell out. Because it counts as you doing damage, because not all the damage from the Bishop.
Yeah, the graphical issues, no joke, are embarrassing. Like, I very much think that Game Freak should be embarrassed about some of it, because this should never have been published like this. Does make me question a little bit if, you know, there was a bit of rush development or something, because
there was absolutely rush development. I think Toby Fox even admitted, a lot of stuff was rushed.
Yeah.
He admits, like, he's not 100% happy with how the track, like, the ones he worked on went, but he's still proud enough to claim them.
Yeah.
Like, he felt he could have done more with the lay motive he made for the terastallizing stuff.
I mean, look, someone saying my work isn't perfect enough is very different from my work is not good. And that's what I'm hearing, is he doesn't think his work was perfect enough. That's different from my work has glitches. That being said, I think a lot of the glitches are things that can patch, so they are fixable. I do believe that the load times are kind of a problem, and it really needs to be addressed. Because there should not be significant loads when swapping out Pokemon, for example. It's you know, it's not a major issue, but it is one of those things like this should not be a thing. No.
Your team should always be backloaded if it's in your 6-man team. It should always be backloaded.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they need to do something about like Pokemon boxes. It should not take 2 to 3 seconds to see all the Pokemon in a box. It's actually been making it hard for me to organize my boxes because I have to scroll and then wait to see, what is in this box.
Honestly, I'd kind of be happy if, like, inside the boxes they also labeled, like, what number was on something, so you can, like, further find things in the box.
I mean, if you're talking about Pokedex number, that's part of the Pokemon's details.
No, I'm not talking about the Pokedex number. I mean, like, just label, like, 1 through 25 or however many are per box. I think it's like 50 or something.
It's 30 per box. And you can do that just by renaming the box.
Huh.
Like, you've been able to rename boxes since, I want to say, at least, like, Emerald. I usually do it, I just didn't do it this time.
But ultimately, my thoughts on the game are very similar to Nye's. But overall, I think the story was really... Actually, starting out, it's very slow and difficult to sort of sink your teeth into, but even the glitches, like, even counting the glitches and everything, the story at about halfway really starts to pick up and come into its own and makes it really enjoyable, where you want to keep playing on just...
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon title, let me get my fix.
There's actually good writing, which is kind of different from Pokemon. Pokemon has, you know, is not known for good writing. They've only started to pull that up recently. But like the stories are actually engaging. The characterization is actually good.
Characters are fucking relatable. That's a shocker.
Yeah, relatable characters in a Pokemon game. Who would have guessed? You know, there's multiple things to do. It's not just straight up go fight or go catch. You actually have various objectives you can do. The music is great. The locations are pretty fantastic. You know, apart from the whole, every town has 50 different restaurants.
Yeah,
you know,
I think they can probably save a lot of loading time by moving restaurants into 3 types. Like, you have your ice cream stall, you have your
I mean, we don't even need that. Don't
your
need
main
that.
sandwich shop and then your actual restaurant.
There's no need for the restaurants at all. Like, it's not needed. If you want people to play with sandwiches, then don't give them an alternative.
Well,
Just boost the sandwiches.
the thing with that is it's more for people who don't have a lot of money. Like, so late game, it's kind of a joke for us getting ingredients, but early game, I was struggling to get ingredients.
Early game, I just didn't do sandwiches. Like, because I was like, this is not needed. Like,
No, but it did help for a lot of stuff early.
Zach, it's not like there's it's that restaurants outnumber everything else about 10-1. Like, we were actively, because I like to dress up my avatar, I like to change my character around. There's basically no clothing store. There's no anything else, but there's a restaurant on every fucking corner.
That's another thing I actually really hate about the game. There's no trousers or shirt options to modify. You only have the 4 school uniforms.
It's understandable because it's uniforms. Like,
it is, but then you look at Team Star uniforms and they're heavily customized.
Right, but Team Star is specifically breaking the rule. That's kind of the whole point about them.
But,
so it makes sense that they are not in normal outfits.
But if you finish their storyline, which I know you did, you'll know that it's accepted.
Well, actually, no. No. Outright. One of his things is you are not wearing your uniforms, and that's unacceptable.
No, you haven't actually finished it. That's right.
I did finish Team Star.
No, there's still more. You still have to do Penny's post-game content.
Oh. But no, that was an outright, like, he actually talks about that.
Yeah, he punishes them for the modifications because they didn't go, they didn't go and get approval for them, but he doesn't make them remove them.
Well, the whole, yes, he doesn't make them remove them, but the whole thing is, like, if we're talking about storyline reasons and not, like, game design reasons, storyline-wise, the whole reason they haven't shown up is that school was not safe for them, and that's his fucking fault. So of course he's not going to tell them, change back in your school uniforms. The reason not in their school uniforms is because school wasn't safe.
Well, it wasn't his fault, it was the previous
administration. No. He is
outright trying to figure out
he is not responsible for shit that happened in the past. He is responsible for what is happening in the now. And in the now, Team Star are villains. And he did nothing to investigate and figure out why until he overheard your phone call. So that is 100% fail on his part.
It wasn't that he wasn't able to. It's that he had no means to get into
No, he actively chose not to do it. He even says this. He outright says that this is what he did. He just accepted the narrative instead of trying to figure out the history. He knew something was up. He even mentioned some of the stuff in your first couple of meetings with him. An event happened 1.5 years ago. Things happened. I don't know what happened. But he made no effort to figure it out until the phone call. Like, he outright says this stuff. These are not guesses. This is part of his script. So, like...
I just don't remember him saying that.
Yeah, he talks about it.
To me, it sounded like he was saying he had no real way to investigate it because there was no one actively trying to deal with it.
The person who should be actually trying to deal with it is him. So if no one's actively dealing with it, he is culpable. Like, who do you expect to deal with it? The teachers who aren't there anymore? The director who is not there anymore?
But the thing is, they're also not on school grounds. As the director, can't do anything.
It doesn't matter if they're on...
Even in the real world. Like,
no,
it doesn't
that's not how that works. Take it from someone who dropped out of school. It doesn't matter if it happens on school grounds. And not to mention, the literal first thing he does is come to your house. It doesn't matter if it's on school grounds. His actual participation in that storyline is not on school grounds. School grounds doesn't matter. They're enrolled students. What happens on school grounds doesn't fucking matter. You think if a crime happens off school grounds, the school's not going to be involved? No! The school is involved.
If it's involved going to and from school, yes.
No. If you in real life, if you are arrested for a crime you did off school grounds, it will still affect your academics. Your principal, or whatever the name of your thing, you will still know about it, and there may be responses from the school because now you have a criminal record. It's not what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It doesn't matter.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they have not been in classes for a year and a half.
Which means they're truant, and in real life, when you are truant, it is investigated.
Yes,
but he didn't investigate for a year and a half. It is his fault.
Because his entire staff also got rotated. Like, no one has any clue what's going on.
That's why you investigate.
They need to figure out what's going on in the school first before they can deal with the truants.
It does not take a year and a half to do that.
You would be actually surprised on that regard.
I really would, because I have taken over stores and run stores that had people missing. It took me days to figure out. At a year and a half, you have failed somewhere. Especially when it is children who you are supposed to be taking care of. And make no mistake, 90% of Team Star are children.
No, absolutely. No one is denying that.
So, no, this is a 100% failure on his part, and there is no excuse for it. If he doesn't have time to go deal with them, then he needs to delegate. If he has no one to delegate to, he needs to hire more people. There is no excuse for an authority figure to fail in their duty. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that, because that's really totalitarian. There are, like, if he had a death in the family, okay, then he needs to get someone else to do it. But, like, there is no excuse for the investigation itself to have not taken place until now. That doesn't make sense. And it's a great storyline, Zach. You go have fun. I'll be here whenever you finish up. Like, maybe not today, but I will be back whenever you finish the game and want to talk more about it.
How did that hit me? Fucking one of the candle dogs from, like, 30 meters away somehow engaged combat.
Yeah, there are some serious hitbox questions I have about this game sometimes.
What?
But here's the other thing, though. There was a person that Clavel could have talked to. The former director. Who knew everything.
Oh, he did know everything, and he chose to be mum about it. He deleted the records.
No, he didn't delete the records. Penny deleted the records.
Was it Penny?
You seriously don't think the mega hacker did it? One who is constantly going on about how she hacks and can do things and hacked into a government. Well, depending on how much. I choose to believe the Pokemon League is basically the government. But hacked into effectively a government level system. Of course she did it. All Clavel says is that some person did it. He says it's a he, but obviously he has no idea who it is. He doesn't name them by name. It's obvious that it's Penny. They never outright say it's Penny, but it's obvious that it's Penny.
Oh, that reminds me of something. So you know how her code name is Cassiopeia, right?
Uh-huh.
Pull up your map really quick.
Okay.
Okay, now zoom out all the way.
Okay.
Okay, so if you look at the location of the Team Star bases, and
it's in the shape of the constellation of Cassiopeia.
Yeah, and each of their areas is one of the stars of Cassiopeia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for people who do astronomy stuff, it's like, oh my god, I spoiled myself. Penny
Oh
is
no!
Cassiopeia.
Oh no! The
Oh.
second that Cassiopeia introduced herself, my first statement was, so you're Team Star's leader. I know the constellation of Cassiopeia. Like, it was the second she said it that I knew she was involved. I think that hint was dropped on purpose.
I do need to. I might have to drop party though, just so I can do some more raids because I desperately need to get some Urban Mystica. I believe it's sweet specifically for it no, it's sweet and spicy to make the super shiny hunting stuff.
I mean, basically, I've already encountered 2 Bisharp groups. So I'm just looking for the last one, and as soon as I do that, I've double-checked the Pokedex, but I'm pretty sure I'm done. And I'm not going to do any other post-game stuff until Shiny Charm. So I'm going to be switching over to Scarlet basically as soon as I find them.
Okay. Did you eat a sandwich?
Oh yeah, I have a Dark Level 2 encounter sandwich active.
That's
So I'm kind of wandering around. I'm finding a lot of Bisharps, but I've only found 2 in a group.
How many hours in game do you have so far?
Many lots.
If you hit
I know.
Oh, no, sorry.
I know. 56.
I'm at 65.
And very little of that 56 is idling.
So I have about 9 more hours in you, which explains why I'm a little bit ahead.
I mean, you're specifically ahead of me in post game. That's really all you're ahead of me in.
And Pokédex.
I mean, you've got to understand though that
you're catching multiple.
I'm catching multiple until literally today. I did not look up anything, and also I did not Wonder Trade for any of it.
I'm just relying on bullshit. A lot of ones aren't accessible on there.
Oh, there you are. Hi, friend. Okay, I want the Bisharp, not the Pawnyard. Thank you. Do it.
I really like the. I like the shiny version of Boneyard though. It's blue.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the shinies are good once you get past Gens 1 and 2. Like specifically past Gen 1, but when you get past Gen 1 and 2.
Tell that to Cinderace. That's the ugliest shiny I've ever seen.
I said a lot, not all.
I got a shiny Cinderace from my first egg, and I threw it away.
I'm so angry at you over that.
Why?
Threw away a shiny.
By throw away, I mean I put it into my box. I never touched it.
Okay.
It can remain the forever ugly score bunny.
Congratulations, your Bisharp evolved into King Gambit. Big Blade Pokemon. Though it commands a massive army in battle, it's not skilled at devising complex strategies. It just uses brute strength to keep pushing. Like me in StarCraft.
When in doubt, Zerg Rush.
And it wants to learn Kowtow Cleave? Wait.
It's its unique...
So, it bows to its opponent and then attacks them? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing.
It is its unique skill that only it learns. Like how the other thing only learns Megaton Hand.
Oh, no, I get it. But it's just like, it's less the fact that it is unique skill and more what the unique skill is. The fact that it literally... one of the things that we... Wait, really?
What?
Oh,
you got Supreme Overlord on him. That's the best skill for him.
Oh, cool. I misread what its number was.
So Supreme Overlord, basically the thing with King Gambit, is that you want him to be the last Pokemon you throw out in a thing, because for every Pokemon in your party that faints before it gets a 10% buff to attack and defense, capping out at 50%.
I now have 370 volumes. Take this nugget. Okay. Next one is a nugget. Okay. Okay, so what am I missing? So so I know that 399 is the other box legendary, which means that 397 is the other variant to Iron Valiant. There are 6 version unique iron. That's going to be 76 through 81. No. 80. Yeah. So that will be the remaining of those. These 3 are all Dano's Evolution.
76, 77, 81.
It's 5, but those have to be the other version stuff.
Yeah, 76 to 81 are all paradoxes.
Yeah. Skrelp isn't in this game. Larvitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar are in another game. This is Stonejourner, which is Ice Cube. Oranguru's in the other game. Stunky's in the other game. Charcadet's other form. Drifloon.
I can actually give you the thing for that one.
I'm just gonna get it in the other game. Because I need it in the other game anyway, so I might as well get it. And that is it. So everything I do not have right now is a version.
Yay!
Evaluate. Just a bit more to complete that Pokedex. You can do it. Oh, okay. Not gonna give me anything because I have gotten all version exclusive Pokemon, or for all this version's Pokemon. No. Make me go get the other ones.
Yep. You got a nugget. That's enough.
You got yourself a nugget. Yeah, so 377. So 23 version exclusive. That's interesting.
Technically fewer if you don't count evolutions.
I count evolutions.
So I said technically. Sure, what time is it? 2:30. I should go make that. Oh, and we figured out how the spawns work. So it's proximity. So you know how I had that one Pokemon rendered for you, and you came and caught it. So how it'll work is if you're on Scarlet and you're killing stuff, anything that's loaded around you, I would be able to catch on Violet.
Okay, so you can't just join me and then immediately go to the crater.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, it requires some communication. And it's the same thing. Even if I were to come into your world in Scarlet, if I'm over in my corner, I'm going to be able to catch Violet Pokemon. But if you then walk over to me, you can catch the things that I've already loaded in.
I'm checking. I don't think Pokemon Home has been updated yet, but I want.
And yeah, for the crater, we need to. It's even funkier apparently, because you basically have to have a zone separating you from another to have enough distance to de-render certain Pokemon. but then whichever one you want to farm in, you just go to them. So like they'll park themselves in like the Nazca room, and then once they've spawned a few things, you go in, find what you want, leave. They run around, spawn more. You come back.
Go get Scarlet. No, I am not going.
For now, though, I'm gonna jump out because I'm gonna go work on some shit.
Okay, I'll be here.
So good. Enjoy Scarlet, and who knows? Maybe you can actually. No, wait, you won't be able to skip cutscenes. It's all or none. It's dumb.
Right, but there's gonna be burst.
Yeah. Anyway, catch you later.
Violet is done. For now. We're gonna be going back to it. And Scarlet is now in. Okay. It didn't update, but you know. While this is updating, I'm gonna let this. I'll let this pop around. I'll be back. You know what? I actually like this. Okay. Off we go. Naranja Academy. Supposed to sound a little bit like orange. Well, he looks an awful lot like the academy I've already been to. Huh. Look at that, all the teachers are the same. The dude on the pillar is different, though. Hey, she's here too. Okay, nice. I like that he has a different suit. Well, the map doesn't look different. We will be getting, you know, the Pommy mine, but we will not be using it. Because I already did that for one. God, we're gonna have to deal with orange outfits. Okay, so there's our version exclusive. I didn't see any Toro stampeding when I played through before. Now, like, a Rhydon crashed because it ran out of power, or at least that's what it felt like. Knows about... Okay, so same event, just different Pokemon. Okay. Okay. Makes a certain amount of sense. I mean, can't expect too much differences in the... You want to get my lap? Come on. Come on. You can do it. You know you can do it. God, why must everything be orange? See what this actually means. Oh yeah, we already have the camera. And we don't have access to that. It's still just mom. Have no dad as usual. That tail awful. Back in that tail awful hard. Lava just bursts into the house. Wow. Hi. Oh. Come on, huh? Hey. What's going on? Huh? I take offense to those shorts. Not gonna joke. Those shorts are just... They should not be a thing that exists. Okay, so we're gonna be going with Sprigatito. Okay, so the rule for this playthrough is going to be that until we beat the game, and I do mean until we beat the game, until we finish the main storyline and get into post-game, I'm not touching any poke that's not versioning. Or, well... I'm gonna say that. Not so much version exclusive as generation exclusive. Because a lot of the version exclusive pokes you can't touch for a while. I am using my starters. Trying to compete. Are you a better Pokemon than Pokemon is? Okay. Oh. I like the spring uniform. Oh, King Queen to helmet, thank you. Too many of my glasses back on, though. Okay. Hey, Nimona. Damn right we're gonna be friends. Sprigatito's coming. I have give nicknames turned off. Please listen to my setting. Apparently I'm such a good combo with Sprigatito. I was such a good combo with Fuecoco earlier. Kind of interested that Nimona, chooses as a champion fighter, champion Pokemon battler, who knows everything about, you know, type matchups and stuff. He chooses the bad matchup, which is kind of interesting. I know I said it like back during the first playthrough on Violet, but it's even weirder now, knowing as much as I know about it. Let's have ourselves a champion time. I'm still curious about what the arm is for. I originally thought that it was like a prosthetic or something like that, but now I think it's just like it's a brace or something like that. But I'm curious what it's all about. Smart move! Grass is strong against water, so she uses a water move immediately afterwards. Okay, so I've been trying to decide how I want to route around the world early on. Now, I'm not going to be over-leveled this time, because we're not going to be catching stuff. I'm still going to battle stuff. But yeah, we're only going to be catching Generation exclusives. So I'm not going to be as over-leveled as I was before. I'm actually going to have to try. I'm not sure about the gloves. We might do something about the gloves. Oranges. Oh, hi, Mom. This is a kind of a prime example of the introvert being adopted by the extrovert. Time to go get taught how to catch wild Pokemon. Way over here, huh? So I'm definitely going to catch Lechonk and a, Roundula. Have a few, she says, and then... Try battling Lechonk, I mean, if you say so. So given how many version exclusive, or generation exclusive there are, and there are a lot, I still do have a very large amount of options. Definitely gonna get a Fido. I might do a shoot. Not allowed to pick up Fletchling.